In today's video, we're going to talk about how drug lords from Serbia, Brazil, Peru, and Mexico came up with a plan to escape a maximum security prison. Without further delay, let's get to it. Short biographies of the 4 gangsters who were involved in a prison break attempt. Zoran Mihajlovic Jaksic was the second most powerful figure in a cartel called Group America. According to Italian police, the gang was very close to achieving a monopoly over maritime drug routes, supplying the European market. In addition, the clan managed to maintain good relations with Italian and European organized crime. Jaksic's lawyer, Antonio Huanca, states that there is no strong evidence his client was either a leader or a member of a criminal organization. Salvador Valencia Ayala is a member of a Mexican Sinaloa cartel, whose main occupations are money laundering and international drug trafficking. Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo, was once a leader of this cartel. Next in line is Jose Luis Fonseca da Silva, who was a member of a Red Command that dates back to 1970 and started in the Brazilian prison system. Under the pretense of fighting against state oppression, the group was involved in numerous armed robberies, extortion, and drug trafficking as well. The 4th member of the group attempting the prison break is the notorious gangster Jorge Javier Medina Gavilan, commonly referred to as Jota, who is the head of the Peruvian mafia family. He and his family mostly relied on people like Jaksic to export cocaine. How did the mafia bosses plan the wild prison break? Thanks to the OCCRP, KRIK, and Investigate.cz, we now know a detailed plan of the 4 gangsters on how to escape a prison. Jaksic was the main persona when it came to the planning, but he certainly didn't arrange everything on his own. He had massive help from Salvador Valencia Ayala, Jose Luis Fonseca da Silva, and Jorge Javier Medina Gavilan. Currently, Jaksic is serving his prison sentence in a maximum security prison called Nemesis, allegedly designed to hold some of the country's most notorious criminals. He was put there due to being the main planner of the wild escape from his previous prison. Even though the whole group was detained, they still managed to stay in contact with each other and also stay in touch with their allies outside the prison. They almost organized everything except the bullets that were on their way and were expected to arrive at Ancon 1 prison at short notice. They invested a total of $1 million in helicopter rentals, purchasing RPG-07 grenade launchers and M16 AR-15 assault rifles as well. 3 of the drug barons, Serbian, Brazilian, and Mexican, even decided to temporarily stop their drug trafficking businesses in order to be able to fully focus on the jailbreak. Sadly, at least for the 4 of them, the plan didn't work out as planned, because one police informant, disguised as an inmate, realized something big was about to happen in Ancon 1, where 3 of the drug barons were located at the time, and he informed his handlers as soon as possible. He stated that the clash between prisoners and guards would have been extremely violent and criminal, and that's why it had to be stopped. As soon as the police informed the prison authorities about the prison break plan, prison guards managed to prevent it, dismantling the group and placing Jaksic in Nemesis. Although the criminal groups of the 4 gangsters used to collaborate in the drug trafficking business, it remains unclear if the 4 of them knew each other personally before prison. Anyway, it's interesting that Jaksic and 2 of his co-conspirators somehow ended up in the same prison at the same time. Jaksic's rise and arrest. Jaksic managed to avoid being arrested for years, as he traveled between countries under some 40 fake identities. Until then, he managed to sneakily avoid international law enforcement agencies that were on to the Group America connection to Serbian intelligence and was associated with several assassinations, including the assassination of a police general. Over time, Jaksic managed to massively thrive in the criminal milieu to become one of the top cocaine suppliers to Europe. Not only that, he also became one of the most wanted ones. He was simultaneously wanted by authorities in Greece, Germany, and Argentina. On the other hand, when OCCRP visited him in detention in Peru in 2017, he denied all accusations, except one related to possessing 2.2 pounds or 1 kilo of cocaine. He said he was innocent and that police had nothing on him. At the time, he was staying in a private cell with his own bathroom and 2 mobile phones. Due to drug trafficking with Gavilan, Jaksic was mercilessly sentenced to 25 years. Jaksic and his business partner Gavilan managed to coordinate deals using cell phones, but little did they expect that the police were also listening to these calls, and that's what led to Jaksic's arrest. Gavilan's business and organization. Meanwhile, Gavilan was serving his 16-year sentence, but his group was cashing in on Peru's cocaine boom. According to the European Monitoring Center for Drugs and Drug Addiction, the vast majority of cocaine samples seized in the European Union originate from Colombia. But Peru is not far behind, because it accounts for more than 1/3 of cocaine samples seized in the EU. Gavilan was lucky enough to have almost perfect ground for cocaine production because his organization was located in central Peru in a fertile valley where 3 rivers meet. This area is considered a center of the country's cocaine production. From there, cocaine paste would be loaded onto small aeroplanes, also called swallows, by the members of Gavilan's criminal organization. As soon as the shipments land, the distributors start moving them around the world. Meeting each other and starting the collaboration. After Jaksic was arrested, he was sent to Miguel Castro prison near Lima, where Gavilan was also located at the time. The two of them met each other there and stayed in contact, even after Jaksic was relocated to Ancon 1 after planning an escape from Miguel Castro through a 300-meter tunnel. On the other hand, what links Jaksic with Ayala is the fact that they planned the escape from Miguel Castro together. Ayala was imprisoned in 2005 for trying to ship 1,929 pounds or 875 kilos of cocaine from Peru to Mexico into the US. The two of them planned to connect the center of the high-security prison to a house under construction only 984 feet or 300 meters away. Not only did they manage to hire workers for the venture, but the workers successfully dug 590 feet or 180 meters before the plot was discovered. As a consequence, they were both transferred to Ancon 1, which is relatively close to Lima. In Ancon 1, Jaksic met Brazilian Red Command Fonseca da Silva, commonly referred to as Zé Luis. Due to being charged with drug trafficking and participating in a criminal organization, Zé Luis was detained in December 2018. In July 2019, after the court hearing, he somehow managed to escape from the 2 police officers responsible for escorting him. The authorities in Peru arrested him in November the same year, holding fake documents from that country which he'd bought for approximately $10,000. After the infamous prison break attempt from Ancon 1, Zé Luis was either let out or managed to escape on his own, but eventually fell victim to a confrontation with the Brazilian law enforcement in 2022. The final chapter, the realization of the plan. According to police files, the plan to escape Ancon 1 included shooting and assassinating the prison guards and expecting that to spark a riot. Meanwhile, Jaksic, Zé Luis, and Ayala planned to take advantage of the confusion and chaos caused by the riot by boarding a helicopter and escaping with it. The group were already in possession of the weapons and only waited for the arrival of the ammunition. Gavilan's task was to help his associates escape Ancon 1, organizing the helicopter and the escape routes from the prison of Miguel Castro, where he was located at the time. The main goal of the plan was to reach the mountain region of the Vizcatan, which is about 311 miles or 500 kilometers from Lima. A clandestine helipad was planned to be positioned there for landing. From there, the men would continue their journey to Bolivia by air. Eventually, the whole plan was sabotaged by an informant codenamed 0321CA, who updated the police about the suspicious behavior in the prison on April 1, 2021. After the unsuccessful prison break, Jaksic was transported to Nemesis, and that's where the story of the collaboration of the 4 notorious drug lords ends. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what we're doing and want us to continue with more cool content. Until the next time.